All right, hello, you guys. Today is Sunday the 16th. Oh, let me tell you, this past week I took off. It's my husband's. I said Thursday was my husband's 10-year anniversary. It was actually Friday. But I just took the time off because the week prior, my mood was off. Okay, my mood was off. And I was just like, you know what, Candace? I feel like, I don't celebrate holidays. So, like, important events for me, which my husband's passing is not an important event, but like only during like those times, my anniversary, as well as when we first met, those are like times that I feel like it's okay for me to take time off of work and be off consistently. Otherwise, I feel like I have to keep it my vacation time for my mental health and just take time when I need it. But no, I was so happy I took the time off. My mood changed. I got off Wellbutrin. I got on Lamantrogen. Um, and now I increased it as well. So I have been extremely tired. Like, I will sleep all day. I wake up. Oh my goodness. So I will say I think this past week has been like one of the best things that I could have done for myself. Let alone, I did work at Amazon 6 times throughout the week, but like it was the best thing for me. Um because your girl has been tired, and that's part of it. Previous to that as well, I was very, very nauseous, and that's part of it too. But I feel like the nauseousness has gone away. We're still working up my that new medication in increments. We don't want to take it too fast, because you don't want to take it too fast. It can cause like a lot of different like allergic reactions and so forth. What else is there? Um, let's see. Yeah, yeah, I wanted to do my hair, but I'm just tired. Like, it's 3 o'clock. It's probably 4:30 now. I've been outside with the girls. Luna needed to eat grass. And yeah, y'all, I'm just taking it easy. I will say I am ready to go back to work on tomorrow. Ready to, get back to my customer service. But this week was well needed. Oh my goodness, I'm speaking with a life coach, which is like a dietitian. There are registered dietitians. I speak with a therapist weekly now, and every 2 weeks I do speak with my medical doctor. Eventually, we will wean myself off Lexapro. So yeah, we're trying to focus more on my bipolar disorder. Um, a lot of the medications that I've been on in the past, I know in the past, towards the end, when I used to deal with my other psychologist or psychiatrist, I think it's psychiatrist, they did eventually try to put me onto a bipolar medication, I think it was. Um, but it made me really jittery, if you guys remember that. But yeah, this doctor, they're really trying to focus on my bipolar, my influx in moods, like my very highs. You guys probably see me just be extremely like, oh, I could do anything, and then complete downhill. But anyways, what am I on here to talk about? Obviously, I just wanted to give you guys those updates. So yeah, y'all. Amazon, they need to get their act together. My timesheet for some reason is off by like 3 hours, so they need to fix that before I get paid this Friday. I should probably bring home around $280, $290, but we'll see. But your girl did a thing. So I haven't applied for a credit card in some years, okay? Cuz I'm not interested in credit cards. Like, I like credit cards to get cash back. That's my thing. CJ, I've been following him for years. I'm going to list his channel down below. I'm going to pin it as a comment. Anyways, CJ talked about this card, BILT, BILT. It's through MasterCard. But he was like, what he said, was, I don't think this is the card for you. You want cash back. I'm like, yeah, but I have Discover. Discover, I use that the most. I do have two Quicksilvers with Capital One. I did have a Venture One card, which earned 1.25 miles per dollar spent, but I didn't do much traveling. So I changed that over to a Quicksilver, and then my regular card was a Quicksilver already. So that earns what, 1.5% cash back. And then I have a Walmart card. Before it, I had that card prior to it being Capital One. And I know Walmart's trying to get out of the contract with Capital One as their card provider, anyways, from what I'm seeing in the news. But I think I had that prior to it being Capital One, or it could have been with Capital One at the time. No, it wasn't. It was like through Synchrony Bank. So yeah, so I had that for quite some time. And I haven't thought about applying for no cards recently. But when, looking at CJ, they do what he likes, is, how does he like? He likes to earn reward miles so that he can transfer out. He does like the trifecta. I'm not going to get into it because he's the person I go to, and as I mentioned, I've been following him for years. So his channel has gone through like phases, but his main niche right now is definitely credit cards. So anyways, when he mentioned this one and the reason why I got this one, he was like, Candace, this is not a cashback card. I don't think that's what you want. And I'm like, no, it is. I do like cashback cards, but I have never earned anything on my paying my rent. You know how much rent is? That's money that you can miss out on. Now, when you use credit cards to pay your rent, most of the times there is a transactional fee of like 3%, which, if your rent is high, that 3% is kind of high, right? And I'm like, I've only done that once because I wanted to see how it would process. No, honey, you already came up here. You're not going by the window. So yeah, the thing is, when you pay your rent with a credit card, there's a processing fee, right? And I'm like, I did that one time, and I was like, from the equation between the cash back of 1.5% if I use my Capital One card versus the 3%, it's not much of a difference. You're losing out on money. But this right here, I was like, I'm going to hop on it. Yes, this is what I applied for. It is a metal card, y'all. Oh my goodness. I have never had a metal card. It does go through Wells Fargo, which I have never banked with Wells Fargo. I have never had a credit card with Wells Fargo. I've always had Capital One. And then when my mom passed away, of course, over 10 years ago, I took over her Discover card. But yeah, this is through Wells Fargo, and I get points back. So you get 1 times the points back for paying your rent. And I'm like, if it's a bill that I already have to pay, I'm going to do it, And the other thing is, because as I mentioned, who wants to pay that fee? So what they do, the thing about this, so I do have a $12,500 credit limit, which that's not a thing for me. But at the same time, yes, you could put your rent on this, okay? But the thing is, they give you like a routing number and account number so that you can plug that in to your, terminal with your rent company so that you can pay your rent with a routing number and account number, and that avoids the transactional fee. Are you serious? Yes, please. So for me, that's the reason why I did apply for this card, is because who doesn't want to get some type of earnings back from paying rent. Rent is high. Like mine is not so high compared to other people, but it's still high. 900, what is around like $900, 925, $950. That's 950 points. Now you can use that towards travel, transfer it out. When I get to that point, then yeah, but that's not my whole thing. It was just that I can actually earn some type of earnings from paying rent. Plus it's a credit card. You can put the your rent on there, obviously take up your line of credit of the 12,500. That's how much I got or was approved for. Or you can just link your checking account, so when you pay your rent, it just pulls out of your checking account immediately. For me, I don't want to do that because my other income doesn't come in until like later on in the first of the month. So I didn't want that to come off on the first of the month. And on the first of the month, rent day, that's what they call it, rent day, which for me is kind of iffy because they double, basically what they do, 5 times the points on the first of the month. So that's like you get, what is it, two times the cash back. Move, come on now. 2 times the cash back on travel. And then what is it, 3% cash back, or not cash back, three times the points on food out. Those are the categories. And then 1 times the point for everything else. So there's no groceries, no anything like that. Gas, those are things that I would really, really like. But at the end of the day, I'm like Candace, groceries and gas do not even equate to how much you pay for rent anyways. So go with this. And my Discover card has categories. So yeah, I have this card. One other thing I wanted to talk about is tablet. So you guys know I've been wanting a tablet. I've been wanting a Samsung S6 Lite. And that was around it's on sale for like $250. It's $249.99. So anyways, I was looking even on Samsung, and through my Capital One card, I can get like 4% cash back and things like that. But then I was like, oh, a trade in. I wonder if my son still uses his tablet. Now, this is a Samsung S Lite. It is a Samsung S Lite with a pen that we got my son back in August of 2020, and came up to around $450. So it was like $400 for this. And then, I had $50. It came up to roughly around $500 with like the taxes almost. So anyways, with trade-in, it would have been like $100, but this does have like a crack on the screen. Yeah, a crack on the screen, and like over here is like a little crack, which you guys can't see, but there's like a crack over here. So with that trade-in value, it would only be like 50 something dollars. Now for me, I'm like, versus how much money I have spent on something versus the trade-in value, I'm like, let's just keep it. Then I was just like, he's like, Mom, I don't use it anymore. If you want it, you can have it. So he did a factory reset. So this is my 2020 version versus the 2022 version, which is cool. It going to allow me to see how I like it. But yeah, y'all, it was just for me to like scribble. I may do like my what is it on here, like my budgeting on here. I don't know, we shall see. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know this is a new to me Samsung S Lite, but version 2020. Like my son first said, for him it lagged even when he does like the factory reset. you know, it works fine for a little bit and then it lags again, which is fine by me. It is fine. I still have my Samsung from back in 2013, 2014 that I finally charged up, and I was just like, ooh, but of course it doesn't have a pin or anything like that. But you know, this already has a case. And for me, I don't have to be fancy smancy. So yeah, this is my new tablet. So yeah, I'm happy about this. I've been playing around with it, and I'm like, I thought I just have to get used to the S Pen because I'm like, it gets on my nerves already. But yeah, those are the two things a couple of things I wanted to update you on. Just on my medication, my body kind of aching, being extremely tired, going back to work this week. Just, you know, getting back to life, y'all. As I mentioned, I've been working at Amazon. After this week, I don't plan on picking up any extra shifts, just working my regular shifts. And that's it, because I'm like, between both and me increasing my medication, Candace, you gotta take it a little bit at a time. But while I was off from my full-time job, it was okay. It definitely was okay for me to work more at Amazon, even though I did take like 2 hours of unpaid time off on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday. I'm happy that I went in because I was only there for 30 minutes and they gave me VTO. So, but I was just extremely tired. My mood has been getting better. I haven't been as grumpy. So that's a good thing. But you know, having to wean off the Wellbutrin, I got off Wellbutrin, increasing my dose on a new medication. You know, your body, it's a process, and anybody that, you know, takes medication, whatever medication it may be, it takes time for your body to get used to it. You know, you have to see how you adjust to the medication. One thing that my therapist said, are you like mentally ready for, you know, the changes and the time it will take to feel better? I am. I've been on this before. It's not a fun journey to be switching up medication and having to get used to it. But you know what, Candace, this is you focusing on you. And what else can I say, you know? So yeah, I'm so happy about my new credit card. I actually did have, I will say, when I did apply, it got denied because I unlocked my credit reports are on a freeze, okay? But I did unlock Experian, but I guess the time frame I did it and did the applying, I did it too short. So anyways, I took off the credit freeze on all three credit bureaus because I didn't know who they were going through, because I got denied, and I'm like, well, my credit score is over 200, is like 820, you know. And I'm like, huh. So that's the only thing I could think of. And then I unlocked the other the other two credit bureaus, Experian. I forgot what the other ones are called. TransUnion, Experian, and TransUnion. I said TransUnion. Y'all know the three credit bureaus. And then I called the number and I just let them know that I did have a credit freeze. They were like, oh, look, we'll redo it. Sure enough, within like 20 minutes, I got an email because they had to forward it over to a different department. They said I got approved. And yeah, I didn't do an unboxing or anything like that. As I mentioned, I will list CJ's video down below. I've been following him for years, for years, you know, in the finance like niche. And but as I mentioned, he's more in the credit card side. And I ain't gonna lie. Oh, one other thing, y'all know, I do not pay for annual fees. This doesn't have an annual fee. So that was another thing for me too. But just to be able to gain points for paying my rent, that's like a huge thing. Huge thing. And there's no additional fees because, as I mentioned, they do give you a routing number and account number so that you can plug that information in. So yes, I can't wait to pay my rent going forward using this card, and just to gain some points. Eventually, I will want to take a trip somewhere, and hopefully it can be kind of like paid, So, yeah, we'll see how this all works out. But yeah, that's my new credit card. A high limit. My Discover limit is higher than this one, but my other credit cards are lower, like 5,400 and like 2,000, 3,000. So yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful week ahead. All right, bye.